All right, what's up, everybody? Back with another video here. But before we get started with this video, make sure to go subscribe to the YouTube channel. I know you're already watching this video, so all you got to do, hit the subscribe button. It's not hard. Hit the bell icon too. It gives you notifications anytime I post something. Um, I would really appreciate it if you guys would possibly get this to 100 views. It would be my first video to 100 views. It is the most viewed video I have at 94 views. We're super close. Make sure to also check out, I did an NBA standings one, but this video is all about the IU women's basketball team. Such a great regular season. They still have one more game to go, but I'm super proud of the way they played today. I was actually up at 7:30, and I was in line for the game that started at noon. I was in line at about 8:45 in the morning. So, yeah, I was there for a long time. I got back here about 3:30. So, but yeah, it was a super great game. But before I get into that, one more time, make sure to go subscribe to the channel. I'm at 21 subs. I would like to get to 50 before the summer, and I would appreciate if we get more than that. Like let's try to get 100 before the summer. That would be great. But yeah, as you guys can see, I've got a lot of videos on here. I have noticed at the very beginning, it seemed like possibly like, I was getting 40, 30 views on most of my video gaming videos. Um, 20, some of them were getting more. Just kind of depended on the video. But for the most part, after I would say around the time that, I got to college, I really noticed that they just kind of stopped being as popular. So, I'm probably not going to do as many video gaming videos. I may just post like these two right here are just like short videos, just clips, like one game that I did that I really was good at. Um, so yeah, I may do stuff like that every now and then, but for the most part, since you guys are definitely more interested in like my sports videos, I will just be sticking to that for the most part now on the channel. Um, but yeah, so go check out this one. This one I did 3 days ago, so that one was on Thursday night I did. And then this one was about 5 days ago, so go check that out. Bloomington Buddies is also up right now, so you guys can always go check that out. I just posted that this morning as I was having issues with Adobe. But yeah, make sure to go check that out. Sorry, this is in my way. Um, and I would really appreciate it. Just once again, subscribe there. You can also go follow me on my social media, which is in the channel description. Okay, excuse me. Oh, let's see. Okay, without further ado, let us get in to what was one of the best games ever. I was super, super excited. It's always great to beat the Boilermakers, but today was even more bittersweet. We are the 2023 regular season Big Ten champions. I mean, it was a fantastic season. Um, Ended up finishing 20, or well, we still have one more game against Iowa, at Iowa on next Sunday. That's our final regular season game. So I'm hoping we finish 27-1. But even at that, when if we finish what 17-1 in Big Ten play, I'm pretty sure. Um, just double check. Can I not? I want to double check that just so I'm not looking like an absolute idiot. Standings. Okay. Yeah, we're 16-1. Okay. So I was just a little bit off. So yeah, even if we lose to Iowa, we still have we still beat them because we would still be 16-2, and we had one win over them anyway already, and we have the better record. Um but yeah, we beat Purdue. The Boilermakers are not that great. They're 8-7 in Big Ten now. Um, but yeah, we played a really good game. Like I said, I was there almost front and center as I got there really early, tried to beat everybody there. But it was senior night. It was a sad night, I will say, in a lot of ways. We are after the tournament losing two fantastic players. One of them who almost anybody who's heard of the Hoosier women team will know. In Graceberger, she is arguably one of the best point guards in the nation right now. I mean, she's ridiculous. She's got great ball handling. She's got great passing. She's got great court vision. She can even shoot from the mid range very well. She's just an all around very skilled player. She's definitely going to be a top pick in the WNBA draft this year if she decides to go. Yeah, I mean, it was sad to realize that this is her last regular season home game at Assembly Hall. She's been here for 5 years. Um, they will have the tournament, but that's it. And then also, of course, the other senior being Alyssa. I mean, Alyssa Gary was another great player. She wasn't a starter, but she came in and she played a fantastic role. I'm pretty sure she's 6'5". I could be wrong. Just want to double check. Does it say her height? 6'4". Okay, so I knew it was like right around there. She's very tall. She's a great. She comes in off the bench a lot for Mackenzie Holmes, but yeah, she played very well. Today, she got quite a few minutes. Well, she only got 2 minutes, but she had a rebound and she just looked really good. It was a senior night. Those are the only two seniors we have that are graduating. Um, we still will have most of our team back next year, and that's a great thing. I mean, we'll still have Chloe Moore McNeil, who's a junior. Sydney Parrish is a junior. Most of these people are juniors, and I mean, this woman's team is ridiculous. Um, as you can see in the videos up here, they cut the net. It was super awesome. Um, and with that win, we did indeed win the Big Ten regular season. Yeah, it was a great game all around. We definitely struggled in the first half, with the fact that we were only up three. It was 37-34 at halftime, I want to say. Yeah, 37-34. Um, and well, we do what we do pretty much every game. We make it seem like we're close in the first half, and then we just come out and we blow them out in the second. We did it against Iowa, and we did it against Purdue. 27-12 is how much we outscored them by in the third quarter, and then we outscored them 19-14 in the fourth. End up winning 83-60. It was a great win to just like I said, secure the Big Ten championship. We had all kinds of the alumni there from the 80s, the 90s, and 2000s, and then, of course, the recent 2010s. But a lot of those players were back to watch this game. It was very emotional for a lot of these players, obviously, as this is the last time that they'll be here, except for the first two rounds in the March Madness tournament. Um, yeah, I mean, all around though, it was a really good game. We had two double doubles with both Sydney Parrish, yeah, because she had 13 points, 10 rebounds. And then Grace Berger also had 14 points and 10 assists, which is just ridiculous. I mean, this team really is crazy. And Mackenzie Holmes even had 20 points, 7 rebounds, and an assist. Yeah, she was going crazy as usual. I don't know why she is not just the player of the year all around. I mean, she's just been ridiculous. Um, we definitely at the end it was really cool to see they did bring in a lot of the subs, a lot of the like pretty far back on the bench players to give them minutes. That was a really cool moment. um, but yeah, I mean, all around super super really good game. I think that at the very beginning Sydney was 100% struggling. She actually was over 4 from 3 today. She did have 13 points and 10 rebounds. She was very very physical in the paint. um, but yeah, she was struggling at the beginning. We were all kind of like, "Oh no, please don't struggle." Um, but yeah, I mean, of course, Grace was picking it up. It was senior night. She was feeling the energy. She was doing really good. Chloe Moore McNeil was going ballistic. She hit two back-to-back threes, which was really cool. And um, I knew that this was probably the last game that I would even get the chance. I've been trying all season to um, get Grace to sign my shirt because we got this shirt when we played Iowa. And so I actually decided that this was going to be like my autograph shirt. So I would try to get almost every player to sign it. Sadly, Alyssa, like, she was on the court for the most part, and then she just kind of like disappeared. I don't know where she went. So I sadly could not get her to sign it, because I wanted both seniors. But I did luckily end up getting Chloe. She just ran up behind me, like she didn't come to see me, of course, but she was trying to go around the court, so she came back out into the stands a little bit, and she got in right behind me, and I wore this after the game was over just so I would make it easier for them to sign. So Chloe signed it, and I was able to catch Grace right as she was getting ready to head back into the tunnel to go to media. So I was super happy about that. So I did get her autograph. I've been trying almost all season. I've only missed 2 games because I was sick. I was gonna try to get Sydney's too, but I was like, she's back next year. She was trying to get to the media. I didn't want to keep her. So yeah, I mean, this team is still looking really good for next year. I'm super, super excited. Um, but yeah, congratulations to the women's team. They don't get enough credit for all that they've done this season. Number 2 in the country. They have only lost 1 game, and that was to Michigan State, and that was because of some injuries. It wasn't even because they were just a horrible team. And that's, contrary to people's belief. I feel like they don't get enough credit for everything that they've done. People say, oh, a lot of people think that women's basketball isn't as fun to watch as men's. And I think that this year it's just been proven that they are. I mean, yeah, they lost this game at Michigan State. If we go and look at this game, you'll see that. Um, Let's see, who was it? Oh no, this actually we did have quite a few of our players playing, but Grace was out with an injury, which was the big deal right there. That was the big thing. Was Grace wasn't playing because she was hurt. Um, Sydney and Yarden still played, but like they were just trying to play everybody. And it wasn't very easy to try and fill her spot, which you can't do. Um, yeah, we have some great backup players that come off the bench for her, and we have some really great rotation players, but you know, when you think about the fact that we lost by 5 without Grace, that's pretty impressive, and that just shows that it's hard to replace Grace. She does so much good for this team. So yeah, that was the only loss we had. We really should be undefeated right now, but that's okay. So go ahead and looking at the rankings. I want to look at the rankings, and then I'll preview the Iowa game, which will be super super fun. South Carolina's 26-0 is just kind of the anonymous favorite here. They've got 700 points. We're pretty close. We're at 670 points for first place. 627 is the next closest with Stanford. My gosh. Utah snuck up here, which I thought was interesting at 22-3. They are now in fourth. LSU at 24-1 is in fifth, which I disagree with. I think they should be third. They've only lost 1 game, and it's to South Carolina. So, I mean, it's not like they lost to some horrible team. Stanford also lost to South Carolina, and they have 3 losses. So I don't believe that they should be there. I think UConn. I don't know. I think UConn's pretty good there. Maryland, I can understand that. Duke, Notre Dame, Virginia Tech, Michigan, Ohio State, Villanova. Yeah, I mean, for the most part, these rankings make sense. Now North Carolina doesn't make a lot of sense to me. They're the only 8 loss team, and that doesn't make sense. But it's whatever, I guess. But they lost to Indiana. I don't know who else they lost to. I don't know who else they lost to besides us. But overall, I think in the end, it's going to come down to these two for the national championship. The only team that's going to give anybody a run for their money, I think, between these two teams is Iowa, and that's what we're going to preview here right now because I think that this is going to be a really exciting game. Now, should have possibly, yeah, here we go. All right, so like I said, great game for them today. Congratulations to all the seniors. They had a great ceremony. I think that it was a really cool ceremony. It was a lot of fun. I love watching. Um, what was this? Oh, this was last year. Um, I love watching this team. I think that they're just so much fun to watch. They definitely, definitely um, are making. Oh, this is the from last year. Yeah, this is from last year. I don't know why this is. Um, Sorry, guys. That's the only thing that sucks about women's basketball is that they never have anything updated. All right, here we go. Okay, so like I said, and this is actually interesting. ESPN's College Game Day will be in Iowa City for the final, for the season finale between these two, which is amazing. Um, this is by far probably one of um, the matchups that is being most looked forward to. Um, Now, personally, I have no problem with Caitlin Clark, except for the fact that I think that she's a whiner and that she is a showboat. Um, No, don't get me wrong. She's a fantastic player. She has proven that. She was going to go into the WNBA right now. She would probably be a number one. She would probably be the first overall pick. Um, she's a very talented player, but what she doesn't have, she doesn't know how to allow other people to kind of come clean, I guess is the way I want to say that. Like, thing that makes our team so great is Grace can put up 6 points, Mackenzie can put up 34, and Sydney can put up 10. But on another day, they can all put up about 15 each. But, today, right, we had 83 points, but everything was spread out, right? Mackenzie had 20, Grace had 14, Sydney had 13, Chloe had 14, Yarden had 12, and then, 2 and 2. So yeah, our starters had almost all of the points, but like, Sarah Scalia had 6. It was a really good all around performance, but everybody plays their role. When you look at Iowa, all they do is give the ball to Caitlin Clark. That's all they can do. Um, they do play. What is today? Today's the 19th. So on Tuesday they play Maryland. That game will be interesting. They're at Maryland, so I will wait to see that. But if you look at their games, they beat Nebraska, right? Okay, I'm not going to get a score. Let me put it in perspective for you. An average for points per game this season. IU leads in almost every category in averages in the Big Ten. Yarden has a what 6.692 3-point percentage, which is the most in the Big Ten. Um, I'm pretty sure Chloe doesn't in assists. We don't lead. Chloe, I think, is fifth. Um, but when it comes to points per game, Mackenzie Holmes is second with 22.7. Caitlin Clark is number one with 27.2. So she averages almost 6 more whole points per game. And it's just because she's the only one that scores. Um, you know, they've lost to some good teams. They beat Maryland earlier in the season, but there are also some other teams that they've lost to, right? They beat Penn State and they beat Northwestern all that really bad. I mean, they lost to Illinois. They beat Purdue bad, but there's been some teams they've lost to. They definitely destroyed Rutgers, but they lost to us, and that was great. Um, I think it's the Caitlin Clark show. If we can hopefully stop Caitlin Clark before she gets too hot, because she's going to have the home crowd behind her this time. Um, you know, that's gonna excuse me, that's gonna suck. Um, but they have some other good pieces. Gabby Marshall is a really good shooter, but they just they just don't have the talent that we do all the way around. And I think that's why we were so good. We took away Caitlin Clark after about the second quarter. It took us a while to kind of figure out how they were going to do it, but they did it. And Caitlin Clark made one mistake. She airballed it. I do always say this. I think it's hilarious. Most colleges do this. You chant airball, airball. After we started chanting that, she didn't really take any deep threes the rest of the game. She took one three, and it was off the rim, but she didn't take deep threes like she usually does. She's one of those people, she crosses half court, she's pulling it, and she usually makes it. And I can't say that she doesn't, and I can't say she's a bad player because she's not. Um, but I'm hoping that we can stop her before she gets too hot, because when she has the home crowd behind her, she's ridiculous. Um, but yeah, this video is not. Well, I didn't plan for it to be this long actually, but yeah, I just wanted to say I'm super super pumped about it. The women have just been phenomenal this year. I've already got my tickets for the NCAA first two rounds. I'm super super pumped. Um, I've actually only been to two men's games, and I can, with confidence, say I would rather be at every women's game um, than ever go to a men's game the rest of this year. I just absolutely love the atmosphere there. They just had another record-breaking attendance today. I want to say 17,000, and gosh, I can't remember. Excuse me. Minutes was really early. I want to say it was 17,300, which is another record-breaking attendance. They pretty much sold out. All the seats didn't get filled up because I don't think some people showed, but yeah, I mean it was amazing. Great game, a great win by the Lady Hoosiers. it was just all around an amazing, amazing performance. They are so appreciative of the fans, which is so nice. You know, I mean, they're you can easily play the game and just ignore the student section, and they hype us up, right? They're super cool with that. And I just think that this is a great program, and you know, next year the fact that we're only losing, I mean, yes, don't get me wrong, we're losing one of the most key parts of our offense in Grace. As we saw earlier, our only loss is because Grace wasn't on the court. Um, but, you know, I think that this team still has so much potential even next year. I mean, the best, we are the best ranked, or we have the best ranking we've ever had in program history. Terry is a fantastic coach. Um, and I just think we have so much potential, and I'm looking forward to the NCAA championship. But guys, I'm gonna stop rambling on and on and on. I could talk about this team for a long time. I'm so pumped. Um, we'll talk a lot more about this game and preview the Iowa game on Bloomington Buddies on Friday. That'll be the really fun thing. Um, and we'll definitely. I'll also, for those of you who do like to watch women's basketball, I mean, I know it's not as big. I don't know why, really. I don't. Because the the statement of it's not as interesting as men's basketball makes no sense considering that most of the men's teams are doing worse than the women's teams, especially considering that the number one teams and everything just keep losing and losing. Um, but I'm probably going to do a women's tournament bracket too, a challenge. So if you want to be a part of that, let me know. But yeah, that's it for this video. Once again, make sure to go subscribe to the channel. I really appreciate all the support, guys, on the channel. Almost 100 views on one of the videos, which is amazing. But yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, guys.